On our interview, we are gonna talk with a man that knows really good how is the situation of the refugees in Greece. He is Muhammadi Yonous, president of the Greek Forum Refugees in Athens. Masha Al-Kair, good afternoon. Kalispera, Mr. Yonous. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, 73,000 refugees are currently living in Greece. We wanted to know how is the situation and which problems have these people to face here in Greece.
The first about the numbers, we never can say easily that how many refugees are here. We have many thousands in detention centers. We have hundreds in the park. We have in the house without people, so no one knows exactly what the numbers are. These numbers are estimated numbers that we can hear from everywhere. I can tell you about the problems. The most important problems now is the detention centers, that the people's asylum seekers, migrants from every country, they are more than 18 months in detention centers. It means that there is no time for them. The first detention center, it was for 6 months. They made it 12 months and then 18 months, and now there is no time for that. And the authorities, they say that there is 3 ways. The first, you should apply to go back to your country. The second, you should apply for asylum. If you are recognized as a refugee, you will be free. Otherwise, you will stay forever in detention centers. So it is a very important problem in Greece, and the situation of detention centers, it is really horrible. Mm-hmm. And the hygienic condition and also the behavior of police authorities in detention centers, it is the most important problem. The second problem is that the asylum system here, it doesn't work. We have hundreds of people that they are coming from Syria, from Afghanistan, from every country. Afghans are also like other peoples. There is no access for them to asylum systems. The new asylum system which is working, there is one office in Athens, so hundreds of people in front of this service. For months they are going just to apply for asylum, but it is not possible. It is very difficult to apply for asylum. It means that you don't have paper, so you are undocumented, and the police in any time will arrest you and will put you in detention center. Asylum seekers, most of them, they are in detention center. So we have again the problems of racism, violence. It's another problem, a big problem that we have. Hate crime and hate speech. It is spread everywhere, not just in big cities. Now we have it in every city all over Greece. And it was about newcomers, and also the problem of integration. It is another problem that there is no policy for integration from the government here. It means that even if you are recognized, if you have documents, if you have everything, again you are on the road, and there is no support from nowhere for them. Because of financial crisis since 2010, that we have these problems are become more serious and serious. That's why the Greek people themselves also they are homeless. So even the NGOs that they were working before for migrants, now they are working for Greeks themselves. For example, I can tell you that Doctors of the World, that before crisis, all the people that they were going to this organization, they were migrants and refugees, but now more than 50% of them, they are Greeks. What is the situation and the most problems that I can tell you? The problems of families and children. It is more serious about vulnerable people, and you know that asylum seekers, most of them, they are children and women and victims of tortures. So we have women, we have children in the park. It is cold, but they are living in the park. It is a big problem.
Mr. Yonous, with your permission, we are going to listen now a reportage by the CBS about the refugees in Athens.
These Afghan refugees who fled the Taliban say coming to Greece was the biggest mistake they ever made. They call their life in Greece a nightmare. They hide in their flat as much as possible to avoid being beaten up in the street. And they told us if they could, they would go back to Afghanistan immediately. The only thing worse than being in Greece during the economic crisis is being a refugee or an immigrant. The economic collapse has turned many Greeks against outsiders, especially from non-Western nations. Greece's economic meltdown is causing society to unravel, and some are looking for scapegoats. Greece is one of the main entry points for illegal immigrants into the European Union, and a new report by Human Rights Watch says the number of attacks on foreigners in Greece is surging. Sahar Lankar from Iran is a Christian who ministers to refugees in Athens.
If they look different than Greeks, like if they're Pakistanis or they are Afghans or they look Chinese, they have to be really careful because now they get beaten up for no reason.
Like Ahmad from Pakistan, who was beaten up by a large group of people.
They are asking me, what's your country? Then the beating.
Some blame the far-right party Golden Dawn. Golden Dawn has been labeled neo-Nazi. They deny that, but this is what you find inside their offices. Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler and a book of his speeches. Golden Dawn now holds 18 seats in the Greek parliament. It wants to use minefields to keep refugees out of the country. Golden Dawn has started to replace government services with its own, like food pantries for those in need. The spokesman says the food is free, but only for Greeks. It's not for non-Greeks, even if they're legal residents.
This is only for Greeks of blood and ethnicity. They can come here and we will help them.
Former government advisor Elena Panaridis.
Golden Dawn is a fantastic example of a sick government, of a failed state, a state that is not able to police itself, to control its rules, to enforce its own regulations.
Golden Dawn also wants to start a Greeks-only blood bank and will come to your home if there's trouble, when the police won't.
Golden Dawn is very well known to have established an equivalent to 1-800 number. People call Golden Dawn. These people are nothing else but bouncers. They use these guys to go in and then just clean everything up. They have the place painted and they give it back to you and they don't even ask you for money.
This Greek said he keeps the phone number for Golden Dawn in his pocket in case of emergency. But this Afghan refugee family is excluded from Greek society. Finding a real job is unthinkable. They survive only by raiding dumpsters and fixing and reselling old shoes and junk. Tahir says he can only send his 5-year-old boy to kindergarten if he and his wife agree to be the janitors, cleaning the classroom once a week. The Human Rights Watch report corroborates what immigrants told CBN News. The police and the courts are doing nothing to stop attacks on migrants. One reason could be that it's reported the police overwhelmingly support Golden Dawn. Tahir says the police are the fascists. Not only is there no protection from the police, they say the Athens police try to destroy their merchandise, sometimes running over it with police motorcycles.
You never know when the fascists will attack, but when they see foreigners, they beat them up, especially women with headscarves.
When they have to go outside, they travel only in groups. Sarah calls life in Greece terrifying.
We ran away from the Taliban, and now we're stuck in something worse than the Taliban. With the Taliban, we would be dead and it's over. Here, it's torture every day.
This family's home in Afghanistan was destroyed by the Taliban. They made a dangerous journey to come to Greece. The fact that they would rather go back to Afghanistan shows how dangerous Greece has become for outsiders. Dale Hurd, CBN News, Athens.
Mr. Yonous, some of them say that the situation in Greece is even worse than the situation with the Taliban. Is it like that?
Look, that is, we can't say, of course, we can't say that it is worse than the situation with the Taliban. Of course, we can't say. We can't compare that. Of course, here there is a problem. You are in danger of racism attacks by groups of violence. Of course, the problems of starving. Yeah, we have undocumented people that they are on the road, so they are just for eating. Also, they don't have nothing. It is a very serious problem, but we never can say that it is serious or it is the same like as the situation with Taliban. Of course, we can't say that.
So to solve this refugees arrival problem that countries like Greece needs to face, one of the main demands of the Greek authorities and also refugees organization is to change the Dublin Fourth According in order that the people can register in other country and not only in the arrival country. Is it very necessary? How can that help to the refugees' rights?
It has helped already Greece. You know that the Dublin II regulations, it says that any new foreigner or migrants and refugees that they enter in European Union, their case should be examined in the country of entrance. It means that Greece, Italy, or Spain, or other countries, Malta, or others. But you know that for Greece, this regulation has been postponed from 2010. On that time, there was really a humanitarian crisis. The special reporter of human rights for torture, he announced that on 2010 that Greece is at the limit of a humanitarian crisis. From that time, this regulation has been postponed. It means that from 2010, any refugees and asylum seekers that they have applied asylum in Greece and they have this fingerprint here, when they are going to other countries, they are not deporting back them to Greece, but they are doing this for other countries like Bulgaria, like Malta, like Italy, like Spain, but not for Greece. But still, it is not enough. Of course, it is very important that there should be a common asylum system. And one matter that you said now, that if the people, they can ask for asylum, for example, for the countries, to the embassies that they are here in Greece or other countries, they should apply for asylum. It would be better. But the problem is that there is not a responsibility sharing between European countries. It is the problem. So just the countries at the border, they should confront all these huge numbers of asylum seekers and migrants. It is a problem. If there is not a responsibility sharing, just by funding, by giving money, you can't solve this humanitarian phenomenon. It means that migration and refuge.
And how can help the Greek authorities or government, if they can, to improve the situation of the refugees in Greece?
It is very clear that Greece itself, they can't solve. They can't effort all these problems that this phenomenon, the migration and refugees here. We know that it is the border, that huge numbers of people that they are coming, and Greece is in financial crisis that now they can't support themselves. So it is a big problem. But from the other hand, and also the key is at the hand of Greek authorities. They are not serious with the problem. They don't implement the European, international, or even Greek laws about human rights, about refugees, about asylum systems. So it is a big problem. Greece didn't do nothing for so long times. It means that the asylum system, it was not working since 2000. And now the backlog cases that we have here in Greece, it is from the past. About 40,000 asylum applications, they are waiting for their replies. It is not from now, from the past. And also now the asylum system, it doesn't work, and they don't do what they have to, what they should. So it is a problem that they should be serious. From the other hand, but they by themselves, they can't solve these problems. The European Union also should help them.
And coming back to the personal situation of these refugees, most of them came to Europe because of false promises, hoping the paradigms maybe, and now they want to come back because it's not what they expect here in Europe.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. There was a problem of voice.
Yeah, sorry. I told you that most of the refugees came to Europe because of false promises, hoping maybe the paradise in Europe, and now they want to come back. Is it true?
If they go back to Afghanistan, you mean?
Yeah, Afghanistan or some other origin country.
Yeah, I can tell you. So the groups that they are coming to Europe now, we can divide them in three groups. One group is the economical migrants, people that they have heard that Europe is a paradise, a source of economy and money. These people are coming. It is not a very big group. There are another groups of people that they are coming because they are politics, because they are in danger, because of their political view, because of their race, religion, or tribes or something else. So these people, they are coming, they are getting political asylum. Another parts of these people are because of humanitarian reason. For example, because now in Syria there is a crisis, or in Afghanistan in some part Taliban are there, and so they can't live in there. So these families are leaving the country. So in these three groups of people that they are coming in Greece and in Europe generally. So the first part that I told you that they are coming for economical reason, so they are returning back because there is no economy now, they know. And at the first of economical crisis, 2010, 11, 12, and 13, we had numbers of people that they were returning back. So it was not too big. Of course, there were hundreds of people that they returned back, but according to the numbers that they were coming here, it is a small number. So the groups that they were coming because of political reasons or because of humanitarian reasons, they never go back. And because the situation is not suitable and there is no security for them to go back, just the groups, the small numbers that they are coming just for economical reasons, so of course they are returning back. They don't want to stay here because there is no job, no work, no money here in Greece, so they are returning back to Afghanistan, of course, or other countries.
So thank you very much, Mr. Yonous, to participate in Borders in Rodon FM.
You too. Thank you too. Thank you.
We were listening the words of the president of the Greek Forum for Refugees in Greece about the situation of the refugees in this country.